We sailed from France to fight a war. Let us fight.
Episode 10 is by far my favorite episode of the whole season. It feels not only for a Scotsman to be sort of rewarding, to be shooting, an historic moment, which is Prestonpans, which is a battle, a famous victory for the Scots, but also I think the whole ensemble are very strong in this episode.
Watch over Jamie.
Always. For me, I wanted, the journey of Jamie to be, from the start of the season, that he's a shadow of himself. He's not himself. He's hiding behind this persona, but also he's psychologically scarred and physically as well. We basically see Jamie sort of regain his confidence and his abilities. And so by the time we get to episode 10, Jamie has become the leader of men that he's supposed to be.
What is required is the element of surprise.
There's a small hidden trail where the Highland troops are. We'll lead them to catch the English.
It's a gamble, but it's worth the risk.
Dougal is very strong in these episodes, and Graham McTavish does an amazing job. Here he is, finally. Dougal's been championing the Jacobite cause for such a long time. He passionately supports Bonnie Prince Charlie. And I think it's amusing to see them when they finally meet. That I think Dougal doesn't actually quite know how to take him.
Mark me, if I had 100 men like you, this war would be over tomorrow.
Well, I didn't care about that, your Outlanders, but I fear that it's joyless news that I bring back with me.
But he becomes a champion of the princes. He's very brave. But actually, that's Jamie's idea. And Jamie does this to endear Dougal closer to them, but also to put Dougal in his place. And I think we now finally see Jamie beginning to get his own back and to begin to use Dougal as a pawn in this large chess game. And again, Jamie saves him by promoting him, but also getting him far away from the prince.
Surely there's another woman you can have kiss you goodbye.
Well, none that'll have him.
This time tomorrow, I could be lying in a field bleeding to death. I would hate for my last thought to be how you denied me my final request.
Prestonpans. I like to describe it as an Outlander wedding gone bad. We had this enormous marquee set up in the Highlands. We had hundreds of extras in there. We had horses, there were cannons, and they filled this thing full of smoke. And a lot of the sequences are the Highlanders running into battle, and you couldn't see the enemy. You couldn't see the people you were fighting with. So it was pretty dangerous, I think. But I love the moment, actually, when Jamie and Myrta finally see Claire again back in the hospital. And I wanted to sort of show that they'd almost been in this daze or crazed fighting. It was a great victory for them, and they were massacring people. And actually, that's when it hits them what they've actually achieved, but also what they've lost as well.
Talk to me, man. He's my friend as well.
There's some surprises. We have the death of Angus, which is a surprise. Obviously, in the books, it's Rupert, and I think that they very cleverly play with that as well. So you think it's going to be Rupert, but actually it's Angus. And it was shooting that was actually very, very emotional. We knew we were losing one of our original Highlanders, and so those days of shooting his death were sort of quite emotional.
Well, Claire, turns out you were right about Prestonpans after all.
I wasn't I? That means I'm also right about the disaster awaiting us at Culloden.
But basically, there's this finite point, which is Culloden, that Jamie and Claire are trying to stop this battle from happening, because at that point, they know that everything is lost. And as we get closer to that, the stakes get higher. But I think they can change history. But as we've discovered throughout the whole of the season, that changing history, it doesn't seem to happen, or at least it has consequences. Sometimes never the ones that they're looking for. So it just gets more and more desperate, to be honest.
Down among the dead men, let him lie!